Apple and Google, folks, are joining forces to make it quicker to get systems in place for tracing coronavirus infections. Now, the experts are racing to be able to use Bluetooth and short-range communications between smartphones of people infected. For more on this, I'm going to bring in Constellation Research founder Ray Wang. Ray, I got to tell you something. To me, it feels like if we're going to do this contact tracing and we're going to make sure that we keep people safe, it's got to be done with the technology, the device that we all have, and we all have smartphones. By the same token, golly, how much more of our lives should we allow Apple and Google to know about? But I don't know that there's a choice in this case.
You know, Charles, that's exactly right. You're framing the issue between public health versus privacy, and what are the guardrails behind that? And with 4 billion, active users between iOS and Android on the Google side, it's an attempt to actually help us recover, right? When we think about your last guest talking about what happens if there's a second wave, this is probably the easiest way to solve the problem because, having an epidemiological background, being at Hopkins Public Health, for some of my background, that's the hardest thing to do. Track down who had it, who are all the people around you. People forget, right? But the thing I am worried about is that slippery slope around privacy and what are things in place to protect. Now, there's opt-in, right? That kind of helps. This is only going to be used for an emergency. That also helps. But I think we have to also be careful and understand when to use a tool and not rely on this, in the future for almost every kind of disease or every kind of endemic disease, as that might take away some of that privacy.
But having said that, I get on my phone, I get alerts now, and I don't even remember opting in for when there's a flood in my neighborhood. I get Amber alerts and things like that. So, and I listen, I've never objected to them. I think they're helpful. So if someone can send me a coronavirus yellow flag or red flag, I certainly would think that would make me feel more comfortable going back to work.
I agree with that, right? That's part of the phase for getting back to work. We're going to need things like that to say, you're safe. Oh my God, there's actually an error. Can we actually contain an infection? Can we find, the first patient in a cluster that's going to occur? And how do we actually contain them to make sure everyone else is safe? We're going to have to go through some of that. And I think it's very important as we get to recovery to have these types of apps to make sure we're safe. But I also think we need to think in the back of our minds, what are the privacy implications? What does that mean? Because over the last 2 decades, we've watched our privacy rights erode in the digital age. And of course, as we've been trading privacy for convenience, privacy for value, privacy for free stuff, we have to be very careful.
Yeah. Well, Ray, you've always been an outspoken person on this, and your knowledge on both sides of the issue is invaluable. Thank you very much for sharing that with us.